2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, we'll see the Charlotte Hornets playing against the Minnesota Timberwolves at Target Center. Well, for Minnesota, it's easy to make a case for them as the league's best team so far this season. All you have to do is look at their record, a perfect.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
We'll be bringing you an interconference matchup in this one as the Hornets take to the road. Well, before you look ahead to your busy week, sit down, relax, pull up a chair as we bring you another NBA broadcast. And thanks for sharing part of your weekend with us. Hello, everyone. With Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We'll be hearing from our Hall of Famer on the sideline, David Aldridge. We are nearly ready.
Well, guys, you know, sometimes it can be a problem when you have as much talent as the Timberwolves do on their team. And it's a lot of offensive talent as well. So are there enough touches for everybody? Now, Karl Anthony Towns says yes. He says, no matter what, we are all going to eat. There is enough food on the table for all of us. Kevin, this is always a problem for you, but we're going to let you eat first.
All right, D, not a problem. I ordered more than enough for all of us. And still, Chris, a lot of games left. Talk about the marathon of an 82-game season. Boy, it seems like a lot.
Man, you have to control your emotions. You have to control your energy. It is grueling. There's so many ups and downs in the seasons. There's so many momentum changes for you and for others that you have to keep a constant focus. And so 82 games, you know, college, that's about 30 games. And so if you're a rookie, you're playing about 3 of those seasons. And even if you're a veteran, you're going to get tired right before All-Star break. So how do you manage your body? How do you recuperate? How do you keep focused on those tough, cold nights during the winter? That all takes part into becoming a great player.
Real balancing act for sure.
It is a balancing act. It's how do you figure out balancing your mind, balancing your focus, and then balancing your body, staying off your legs.
So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. Chris Bosh is out there with Howard. Then it's Jeremy Lamb. And there's Kemba Walker. And it's Batum in at the 3 spot. Here's Howard. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And just a year ago, it seemed that things were set in place for Howard, playing for his hometown team. But in a surprise trade, he was moved out to Charlotte.
And there seems to be a lot of reasons for the trade. I mean, Howard wasn't the right fit in Atlanta. A team trying to get smaller and younger. Never easy to get traded from your hometown team. And I'm just loving how Butler looks for his teammates. If you're open, he'll find you.
Knocks it loose. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Here's Gibson over Bosh. And it's Gibson, that time on the assist by T. Gibson's got his second bucket tonight. Gibson's gone 2 of 3 from the field. And Walker kicks to Howard. Back to Walker. Lamb sets a screen for Walker. Down low. And the rejection by Towns.
And his foot movement is what makes Towns such a terrific shot blocker. He moves so well and can defend just about any position on the floor.
Ball's knocked loose. And here's Walker outside. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Teague, that falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Teague's got his first bucket of the night.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Batum dishes to Howard. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's the second foul, and now they might really go at him. I mean, try to get a third foul and force him to sit on the bench.
Jones checked in for Minnesota. Here's Walker. Charlotte again missing.
Not getting anything to fall here early. 4 straight misses to start the game.
Towns the pass to Wiggins. A shot, no good. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
Yeah, and in a hostile environment, they did not rise to the occasion, especially on the defensive side.
Yeah, they allowed way too many easy buckets. I thought they lacked toughness and energy all night.
Just 5 to shoot. Here's Howard, and the rejection by Towns. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Minnesota leading by 7. Left side, Gibson. Walker against Jones. Pass to Towns. Rebounded by Howard.
That's how you protect the rim. Stand your ground and make him alter his release.
Tipped away. Walker in the corner. Looking to end the drought, and the 3 ball is good. Walker's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Jones kicks to Gibson. Makes it off the glass. Hornets trail by 6. Lamb dishes to Walker. Bosch passes to Walker, and the shot goes in. Walker's got 5 points so far.
And Walker uses every inch of his 6'1" frame to nail the interior shots, really using his body well.
And that one's good. Wiggins.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Batum against Wiggins. And Batum kicks to Bosch. He dishes it to Walker. Launches it. Minnesota with the rebound. Butler's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And a missed layup. Hornets trail by 7. Lamb with the ball. He's coming off a 19-point game against San Antonio. Howard with a screen on Jones. And Gibson sends it back.
And Gibson just out here to play hard defense, showing great awareness coming up there with that block.
Their stroke has not been what they needed it to be, but looks like they're going to keep going to him.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
I love the complementary aspect of this group now. You know, you've got the young talent, but you've brought in some veteran leadership here for the Timberwolves. The duo of Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns kind of gave the confidence to them to go out and acquire a superstar in his prime like Jimmy Butler.
So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first. And Greg, the core of this Timberwolves team is Wiggins and Towns. And, you know, rarely do you get to see 2 #1 overall picks team up early in their careers.
And how about back-to-back years, no less. But I consider Jimmy Butler kind of a foundational piece as well. He's in the conversation for the best shooting guard in our league. And the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Ooh, this is ugly. No question about it. And you wonder if these matchups aren't favoring them right now.
Here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for the Timberwolves.
And they featured a pretty balanced attack, a good mix of the inside and the outside game. There was just no way to come at them defensively because they were so good at adapting to the situation.
Walker the pass to Batum. Bosh the screen. Howard. And it's Howard finishing it off.
Well, when Batum, Kevin, spots a wide-open teammate, he zips the rock to him quickly. Just exceptional vision.
Minnesota leading by 9. Passes it to Towns. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Howard's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
And that's Howard's comfort zone. In close, near the bucket.
Jones kicks to Gibson. Feeds it to Butler. Back to Gibson. And the rebound goes to Howard. Howard's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Batum.
A moment here to see the stats for Butler. Great showing for him last season. 5th in steals, 14th in scoring, and he'd make you pay every time he went to the line. Top 20 in free throw percentage.
And as you pointed out, he was top 5 in steals last season. Just a lethal combination of great physical ability and acute mental preparation. And the Hornets making a change here. Kid Gilchrist has checked in. The Timberwolves shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And as a team, excellent. A season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
Chris, you've been on both sides of the coin for this. When it comes to a veteran presence in the locker room, just how important is that? Both, when you were a young player getting it, and maybe as an older player when you were preaching it.
When I was a rookie, Kevin, I needed a veteran just as much as I needed an assistant coach. They were that important to me because when you think about it, that's how you learn your routine.
Wow.
What to eat before a game, how many hours to eat before a game, how to recoup after a game, how to say no to your friends and family for playoff tickets because, you're at home and you got to buy 75 tickets. Just kind of how to navigate through life. That veteran player can help, and I think that's one thing when the game kind of got lost in years past, it was because we lost that veteran presence in the locker room. And so to me, the veteran presence is everything. Chris Mullin getting on me because I'm a rookie. I mean, I would have paid him to do that. So it's really cool because just as much as they get on you, they help you and they explain the game, help you out with life and everything else. So it's like a big brother relationship.
Oh, that's good to hear. A nice shot by Howard.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Jones kicks to Towns. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either.
Kid Gilchrist with it. Now defended by Wiggins. Yep, that one goes. 9 points for Howard.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Towns down low. He's guarded by Howard. Butler kicks to Towns. Timberwolves passing it around. Butler in the corner. That 3 off the mark. Hornets trail by 5. Knocks it loose and stolen by Wiggins. Goes up and it's Wiggins with the jam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
And how about the explosiveness he shows, going from the offensive to the defensive end in a blink.
Corky Dangs checked in for Minnesota. Crawford comes in for Butler. And then for Charlotte, Zeller, he's checked in for Howard. And it's Frank Kaminsky in for Chris Bosh. Pass to Lamb. Just 5 on the clock. A shot by Kaminsky. Nobody around. Charlotte no good that time either.
And that's the shot they're looking for. Clean three-pointer. Just can't get it to go.
Towns. And it's Towns on the follow. Towns has got his second basket of the night.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. And Zeller kicks to Kid Gilchrist. He feeds it to Lamb. Dishes to Kaminsky. Kid Gilchrist the pass to Kaminsky. Here's Lamb. D right on him. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Off target with was what? Pretty good look from mid-range.
Jang dishes to Towns. Screen by Jones. Kicks to Jang. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Kemba Walker with the rebound.
I like the shot selection on that one, despite the miss.
Poked away. It's stolen by Jones. Here's Towns.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Oh, okay, you've done your job so far, but the question is now, can they sustain this level of energy? There's still a lot of game to play.
The dish now to Lamb. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. Jones against Walker. Kaminsky kicks to Lamb. Clock at 6. Walker against Jones. They get it back. Here's Zeller. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup. And while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not. But sure enough, they have. So he'll head to the free throw line.
Younger brother of Tyler Zeller and former Suns big man Luke Zeller. Cody has a good chance to be the best of all three.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Muhammad's checked in. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Williams is checked in. Towns, the pass to Crawford. And Muhammad has it in the corner. Off target from outside.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Kid Gilchrist with it. And Crawford picks him up defensively. Charlotte again missing. Minnesota leading by 10. Jang a screen. Back to Muhammad. Kicks it out to Jones. And it's off target. Not sure why he took that one. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Minnesota's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. 16 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Now the feed to Muhammad. Jang with the screen for Muhammad.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
Yeah, you got to love it. Everything's working. Offense, defense, already a big lead.
And so it's Andrew Wiggins making highlights for Minnesota. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And now a chance to hear from Chris Bosh about what it meant to him to become an NBA player, the fulfillment of a lifelong dream.
I was obsessed with the NBA as a kid, and just like I would have died to get in that locker room, you know. So I always have a moment just sitting around and, you know, just not taking things for granted and really taking everything in. And, you know, I couldn't have written the script any better.
What a great cut from Chris Bosh. That's the kind of guy you can't help Greg but love for his attitude and ability to be, you know, in touch with that kid he once was. I know you played the same way. Chris Bosh is living the dream like you did and loving it.
It's a great point, Kevin. And I think most of the guys in the league feel that same way. I mean, they may not be able to say it or articulate it as smoothly as Chris does,
sure,
but inside every NBA player is a kid who's still thrilled to wear the uniform and play the game they love.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And a comfortable margin for the Timberwolves here, guys.
I mean, a solid first quarter, especially looking at that plus turnover ratio.
Yeah, aggressive on D, efficient on offense. They've balled out to an early lead.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Hornets. Down low, it's Kaminsky and Zeller. Kemba Walker is out there with Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's Williams at the 3 spot. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, something special is brewing in Charlotte. Point guard Kemba Walker said, "It's a great start. We know how to play with each other, and we love playing with each other. The best thing is how hard we all work. We're going to grow." Kevin?
And that kind of optimism is terrific, David. Thank you. Walker and the Charlotte Crews seem to be a perfect match. Crawford against Kidd-Gilchrist. Kaminsky in the corner. There's Walker with the 3, and another 3 for Charlotte.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
Well, Kaminsky, one of the rare 4-year players taken in the lottery. I mean, he's had some struggles finding his offense in NBA consistency. He needs to get a little bit stronger and a little bit more consistent in the shot.
Knocked away. Here's Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
He just recorded his 3rd foul at half. Coach has to consider resting him until the 3rd quarter.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Hornets. And Walker kicks to Batum. There's the pass to Kaminsky. Picked by Zeller. Williams dishes to Walker. Just 4 to shoot. Williams' shot is off.
Very slack defending. Playing with fire to leave him that open beyond the arc.
And now here comes Williams leading the break. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And let's quickly take a look at some stats for Teague. Last year, getting it done. 7th in assists, and he'd make you pay every time he went to the line. Top 20 in free throw percentage.
And his floor awareness was impeccable last season. As you mentioned, top 10 in assists. Just does a great job of getting everyone involved. When Marvin Williams came into the NBA out of North Carolina, the world was expecting a lot out of him, mostly because of where he was drafted, which was number 2 overall back in 2015. He hasn't lived up, Chris, to those draft position numbers, but he has been a solid contributor his entire career.
Well, it's not his fault the GM picked him that high, so I don't know. I think most players knew what his potential was. I just think that was a mistake of the GM. But for Marvin, it took some time, but he's grown into playing the power forward position. He came in as a 3, believe it or not, so I always thought he was at a disadvantage. He's always been able to shoot and stretch the floor from that spot, but now if he had played the 4, coming in and stretched out bigger guys, I think that would have been more advantageous for his game. Now, that's a great timeout call by the coach there to try to calm his team down. They're turning the ball over way too much.
Timberwolves making a switch here. Gibson's checked in. Hornets trail by 11. And Walker kicks to Kaminsky. Pass to Williams. Zeller trying to free himself up. Down it goes. His 3rd basket. He's now 3 for 4.
Well, after not making anything from the field in the first, I mean, he has really elevated his game this 2nd quarter.
Teague kicks to Crawford. Fires from deep. And Muhammad the bucket on the assist by Crawford. That's now 8 points for Shabazz Muhammad.
Well, check this out. He didn't have any 3s in the first, but he kept shooting, and now he just knocked down his 2nd in a row.
Here's Williams. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And Marvin Williams, for a long while, had been viewed as a tweener. You know, a player who was stuck somewhere, Greg, between the small and power forward positions.
Yeah, and for a lot of players, that is plenty to get you minutes. I mean, Williams has improved on his defense here later in his career, and hey, he shot more threes, and it's really become a weapon for him over the course of his career.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
But it's surprising, Kev, to see so little urgency on the defensive side, especially with them losing this game right now.
Jang, the pass to Crawford. Doubled by Howard. Jang dishes to T. Crawford against Batum. And Gibson kicks to Jang. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Right side, Williams. Shoots from 14, tips it up, and Howard with the second chance points. Howard's got 11 points.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
Crawford against Batum. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Here's Walker. The jumper from the free throw line is good. Walker's got 8 points in the quarter.
Well, if you thought the D was going to tighten up on him here in the second quarter, think again.
Crawford, no one around him. No good on the 3. Hornets trail by 10. Fires from the line. Kept alive. And Howard with the second chance points.
It's a battle boxing Howard out. Too big, too strong.
T kicks to Gibson. It's Crawford on the wing. Back to Gibson. Howard with the steal. Passes to Batum. Ball's knocked loose. Crawford with the steal. Here's Teague. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. It's on Nicholas Batum.
Teague is just so elusive on the court that he'll catch you leaning and force you to pick up a foul.
And he makes the first. Chris, sometimes when a player is feeling it, in that rhythm, in that groove, there's nothing you can do to slow him down. Is there a player in the league right now who you feel is the deadliest when things are really falling right for him?
I mean, James Harden. How about this guy? Now that he's getting other guys involved, he's so much harder to guard because you don't know if he's going to pass it, ending up in a successful assist, or if he's just going to knock it down in your face, and his range is just so incredible. You do not want to let that man get hot. Also, of course, we know Curry. You better not let him get hot because he'll do some incredible things, and then his teammate, his boy, his partner, Klay Thompson. I mean, just the way that these guys shoot is just so fun to watch. So, I mean, these guys, when you talk about deadly from anywhere, anytime, you got to guard these guys like they used to say when they get in the parking lot. Not when they get in the arena. You better start guarding them in the parking lot because they can score at any time.
Hornets trail by 6. That's tipped and stolen by Wiggins. A finish, and Wiggins throws it down.
And there's one thing that's never been in question about Wiggins, his ability to be a high-volume scorer. And in case you needed a reminder, he's giving you one tonight.
Screen by Howard. Got a piece of it. Butler with the steal. He kicks to T. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. With a break in the action, we've got a chance now to look at last year's top rebounders. 5th is Dwight Howard.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
That one misses.
Well, Jeff Teague, one of the more calm players at the line, always looks to be in control.
Walker drilled from 11 feet out. Walker's got 10 points in the quarter.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Outside Teague. He dishes it to Jang. And finished off by Jang.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Hornets trail by 9. Walker the pass to Batum. Tipped away. And it's out of bounds. The Hornets able to retain possession here.
Taking a look at some stats for Batum. Last year, getting it done. Averaged 15 points a game, 6 assists and 6 rebounds. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
Hey, every symphony needs a conductor. He unifies his teammates, sets the tempo, and they make some sweet, sweet moves.
Here's Butler at balls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. And now an 11-point Minnesota lead. And the Hornets call time here. This, their first chance to take a look at Minnesota this season.
Yeah, faced off twice last season, and it was a split between the two teams.
And both clubs really building for the future right now, trying to pull themselves out of the doldrums, badly needing wins. Well, if you watch the Hornets over the past few seasons, it's easy to see how disciplined they are. They don't turn the ball over on simple plays. They never get too ahead of themselves and give away possessions.
Here's a look at some numbers for Howard. Last season, he played outstanding. 4th in field goal percentage, 5th in rebounding, and he's a shot blocker as well. Top 20 in that category last season. Great timing and challenges at the rim.
And yeah, he's one of the most efficient scorers in the league for sure. Moves without the ball, avoids taking the bad shots. That's why he was top 5 in field goal percentage last year. Here's Walker. He's got 15. Shot clock at 6. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Walker's got 12 now in this quarter.
Oh, he has been dominant on offense. Who knows where they'd be in this game without his effort?
Poke loose. Hands of the Timberwolves with another turnover. Outside Bosch. Feeds to Batum. To Walker, fires for 3. Minnesota with the rebound. Butler's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And Gibson, here we go. Bosch with some nice D.
A hand right in his face on the layup. Excellent defense that time in the paint.
Out that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Kemba Walker.
Wow, he had a rough first quarter, but he didn't let it get him down. He's gotten off to a hot start in this second period. And
Jang gets it to go. Charlotte has gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. Bosch, a screen on Teague. Ball's knocked loose. And now here comes Teague leading the break. And he banks in the layup. And it's an 11-point Timberwolves lead.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
And Walker kicks to Batum. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Wiggins. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart for Walker.
And it's really been a tremendous night. He's been efficient. He's been a major driving force in this offense. And it's no small task to try to slow him down. Once he gets rolling, like we've seen in this game so far, watch out.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Karl Anthony Towns checked in for Jang. And Jones subbed in for Jeff Teague. Tipped away. Just 5 to shoot. And now the Timberwolves on the break. And slam dunk by Butler.
Butler looking like the Tasmanian devil on the break. You can't give him any room to run, or you might get your feelings hurt.
Howard setting the pick for Batum. And a wide open look for Lamb. But they'll get another chance. Jones against Batum. Outside Kid Gilchrist to the inside. Here's Howard. Second shot opportunity, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And Chris, one of the rare honors for an NBA player is to have their jersey retired. The Kings retired your number 4. What does an honor like that feel like? What does that mean to you?
Man, it meant so much to have my jersey retired. I was there with my family, my wife, my brothers, sisters, parents, and everyone. And so it was just a really, really great moment. You know, when you're playing the game, you can really, we say enjoy the process, but you never really can really enjoy it day to day because you're always thinking ahead, trying to get better. And so it was just a really cool moment to sit back and think about all the positive things we did in the city, for the city, and definitely for the game of basketball. So it was a great feeling, and, you know, Sacramento forever. I thank them for that, and I love them there.
Wonderful years, indeed.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for him.
And now Minnesota on the fast break. Towns with the ball, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And the Timberwolves, a team that is evolving how you imagine they would with Tibbs running things here. Deliberate approach on both ends of the floor and really looking to dominate the rebounding margins.
And the Hornets making a change here. Kaminsky's checked in, and both free throws good from Gibson. Greg, in the areas you just talked about, rebounding and pace, the Timberwolves are very much where they want to be.
Yeah, the team just looks to make the most out of their possessions and try to beat you through efficiency. They have players that can get easy transition points when the opportunity presents itself, but in general, they aren't trying to speed the game up.
Lamb, the three-pointer, no good. Timberwolves leading by 14. Wiggins outside. Back to Jones. He feeds it to Wiggins. Butler on the wing. Dishes it to Jones. Back to Butler. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. 17-foot shot on the way. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Butler.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Zeller, a screen on Jones. Pick by Zeller. Lamb. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's Minnesota with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. They've excelled in the open court. Their transition game has allowed them to build this healthy lead. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Here with Andrew Wiggins. Andrew, for you personally, a great first half. You really got to the rim a lot of times. What are you seeing out there?
Just a mindset to attack the rim early, you know, try to mark my presence.
We certainly saw you in the first half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports
And
Halftime
hello
Show.
again. We have an exhilarated home crowd joining us. For Andrew Wiggins led the way in the first half. He had 13 points, 2 steals, and 2 assists. And Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
I love the way they're getting after it in the paint. Moving bodies, attacking the rim, scoring at will. Sometimes teams try to hurt you with the 3-ball. They went right for the heart of the defense. Look at them to keep pounding it inside and staying physical.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Charlotte.
Well, their sloppy play really surprised me, especially the turnovers. No matter who they had out there, they never seemed to be on the same page. Their only hope is to make every possession count, and that means taking care of the ball.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Timberwolves leading by 16. Teague runs the point with Butler at his side. They're the backcourt. Wiggins at small forward with Gibson at the 4. And it's Towns in at the 5. So that's who Tom Thibodeau starts the second half with. The Hornets shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. And Walker kicks to Bosh. Ball's knocked loose. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. And it's 7 points for Chris Bosh.
And you got to like the interior game of Bosch. Excellent at using that high release to get shots up and over the D.
Here's Gibson. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
I like to see them getting the ball down low and then getting a quality shot.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. Hornets trail by 17. Bosch, the screen. From beyond the arc, Lamb, good.
With range to go well beyond the three-point line, Lamb can force the defense to extend further out.
Outside Butler. Gibson down low, working on Bosch. Shots good by Gibson.
His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Batum against Wiggins. Out that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut down to 14. Getting a little bit closer on the bucket from Jeremy Lamb. T kicks to Gibson. Now here's Butler, covered by Lamb. Teague for 3. Timberwolves keep it alive. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Wiggins outside. Tries again. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Wiggins. Wiggins has got 3 assists tonight.
Solid start to the half for them. 3 of 4 from the field now.
And looking at Towns and what he can do on the floor already at his age is impressive. This is a guy who's going to be a 20-10 player perhaps for the rest of his career. And as young as he is, I tell you, the sky is the limit.
Just 5 on the clock. Bosch. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
I just love the aggressive attitude of Batum, especially how hard he hits the boards.
Gibson dishes to T. Butler in the corner. Towns with it, and Bosch picks him up defensively. Wiggins kicks to Gibson. Over Howard. It's rebounded by Charlotte. And when you look at the second year for Towns, it's comparable to other great big men in the history of the NBA. And Greg, I'm talking about players in the top 50 of all time.
Yeah, I mean, just on the sophomore season stats, he looks like he projects to be one of the all-time greats. Comparable numbers to some of the best who have ever played it. Think of these names: Hakeem, Duncan, Ewing, and the Admiral. Maybe we'll be saying Karl Anthony Towns as well.
Here's Gibson. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 5 assists in the game.
Nice understanding of where to go with the pass there.
Charlotte calls timeout.
Can you argue how explosive of a scorer Jimmy Butler is on the wing? I mean, he's a candidate to go off for 50 points on any given night. He's very efficient in how he scores, which is huge for a primary option.
And with Jimmy Butler, it's not just that he can lead a team in scoring, it's the ease, Chris, and the efficiency with which he does it.
Well, he draws a ton of fouls. He gets to the line a lot, something he's recently improved on. He doesn't need the ball every trip down the floor either to be impactful.
Crawford, he's checked in for Andrew Wiggins. The Hornets also with a sub. Williams has checked in. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Howard with this screen on Crawford. He got right to the cup using that screen. And that's 15 points for Williams.
Well, the grit Williams played with is admirable. You love how he finishes despite getting roughed up a little bit.
Towns, no luck. Hornets trail by 12. Kicks it to Lamb. Over Butler. And there's another one for the Hornets.
Such a good in-between game. Lamb with the natural instincts for mid-range, plus the pure touch on the shot.
Now the dish to Butler. And Teague has it in the corner. No good from outside.
He's trying to help him add to this lead, but he just can't find his touch.
No good from Lamb. Timberwolves leading by 10. Here's Butler. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Butler's got 8 points.
And Butler has really bulked up since coming into the league. You see his strength on tough shots like that one.
They set the screen, and stolen by Butler. Down low, here's did you see that?
And Butler, kind of a Swiss Army knife, isn't he? I mean, more than just a scorer, a very capable passer as well.
That was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Under Armour. Another unleash chaos moment. Butler with the steal. Back to Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Oh, well, that's because it was terrific anticipation. Also, the quick hands, a lethal combination.
And Walker kicks to Lamb. Shot clock at 6. Howard with a screen on Butler. No good from Lamb.
The D pretty much taking that possession off, but the shot's off target with nobody near him.
Here's Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
And it's been about that execution offensively. I mean, they have been superb.
Yeah, and it's been a team game, a number of contributions. Guys staying focused. That's why the league continues to grow.
Walker the pass to Bosch. And the Hornets miss again. Minnesota leading by 18. Butler with the ball. He's picked up by Lamb. Now here's Butler. He's got 8. Crawford outside. There's the feed to Gibson. Doubled by Howard. And stolen by Howard. Teague against Walker. Over Teague. That one off the back iron and out. Minnesota with the ball. They've got an 8-0 run. Butler kicks to Teague. Gibson the screen. The pass to Crawford. He dishes it to Gibson. Stolen by Walker. Left side Bosch. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got 4 assists now tonight. Minnesota's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. For so long, the Hornets have been one of the most disciplined teams, Greg, in the NBA.
Yeah, you look at how this team takes care of the ball. And from the first guy to the last, it says something about how much pride they take in that. Minimizing turnovers goes a long way in terms of winning games. It's been a part of the basketball culture with the Hornets for quite some time.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Jang, he's checked in for Gibson. Shabazz Muhammad comes in for Jimmy Butler. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Jeff Teague. Kaminsky kicks to Walker. 5 to shoot. And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Minnesota gets called for the foul.
And the quickness that Kid Gilchrist possesses is remarkable. Just driving to the rack and earning these calls with his long arms.
And Kid Gilchrist drops them both.
And when you look at Kid Gilchrist, and he is certainly known for his ability to defend and attack the rim. He's a terrific athlete, and he uses that athleticism on both sides of the floor, and just the prototype when you look at that hybrid forward position.
There's Crawford with the 3. Sinks the triple. Crawford's got 5 points so far.
And you know what? That's his sweet spot over in that corner. Probably his favorite shot.
In the corner, it's Kid Gilchrist. Charlotte moving it around. Williams kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Williams has a screen for Kid Gilchrist. Here's Here's Kaminsky. Charlotte no good that time either. And you look at the size and game of Kidd-Gilchrist. He is the opposite of what most GMs look for in that 3 spot. But Greg, he makes it work.
Yeah, I mean, most teams want a tall 3 that can stretch the floor. Kidd-Gilchrist isn't that, but still gets playing time because he's effective when on the floor. If you play defense like he does, you're going to find a way to get on the floor.
Hornets trail by 19. Pass to Williams. In the corner, it's Kidd-Gilchrist. Back to Williams. From outside, off the mark. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. From 15 feet away, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim. For Charlotte, they've gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime. Shooting 8 of 15. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. And a look here at the shot chart for the Timberwolves.
And this is what happens when you are having a tremendous offensive game. They are getting great looks and knocking down shots all over the floor. I don't think we're going to see them deviate from this approach from here on out. They've got the recipe for success.
Over to the wing. Jang dishes to Muhammad. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got his 3rd rebound tonight. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Gotta love the ferociousness of Walker on offense. So good at finding his shot out there.
Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
Well, he's picking his spots, understanding the game so well, helps them fuel this lead.
Walker against Jones. Kaminsky sets the pick for Walker. Kaminsky the pass to Walker. Here's Kidd-Gilchrist. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker.
And the confidence from Kidd-Gilchrist, absolutely no hesitation shooting off the pass.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And I feel like the defense was 1 step behind all night. I mean, they never made the adjustments to string together a few stops. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, a player that isn't known for his offense but makes up for it on D. Fantastic defender who can completely disrupt an assignment in a number of ways. Very quick and can stick to someone like glue.
Some changes here for the Timberwolves. Gibson comes in for Gorgie Dang. And Andrew Wiggins is subbed in for Jones. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Charlotte. Timberwolves leading by 17. And with Kidd-Gilchrist, his defense is definitely his most important asset. Really, until his offense comes along, Chris, it's how he'll make his biggest impact on a team.
Well, that's perfectly fine for a player like MKG. He gives you defense and great rebounding on the wing, Kevin. He's active on both ends of the floor, and he brings the energy when he's in.
Here's Wiggins, back to Gibson, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
He gives up a lot of size to most other power forwards, but not too many of them can fly like he can.
And here's Batum, passes it to Kaminsky. Out left to the wing. Outside, Kidd-Gilchrist. And the basket by Kaminsky. Kaminsky's got his first basket of the night.
That's the awareness that Kidd-Gilchrist has out there. Excellent at knowing where the open man is.
Right side, Gibson. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
And a long wind-up and strong follow-through on the one-hand jam.
Yeah, he's not going to mess that one up. Here's Walker. That one's not going to go. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. There's 39 seconds left to play here in the third. Here's Wiggins. He's got 13. Towns is doubled. Three-pointer. Off the mark, only his second miss in 7 attempts. Hornets trail by 19. Over in the corner, Batum. Here's Kaminsky. Andrew Wiggins grabs the board. Wiggins has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Outside Gibson. From downtown, Andrew Wiggins, and that's good. Wiggins has got 16 points.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Oh, yeah, up by double digits. They're trying to keep the momentum, keep the foot on the neck. That's his focus right now.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Minnesota on top, running away with this one. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Here's Walker. You look back on the last 5 off seasons or so, Chris, and there are usually huge names that change teams. LeBron, Durant, the first names that come to mind. As you went through the free agency process, how much of an influence did your agent or any sponsorships play in your role in that decision and picking your new team?
Yeah, I think every relationship with the player and their agent is different. For me, I wanted to go back to the place that I felt that was loyal to me. I wanted to go back to Sacramento because there had never been a small market team. I felt a really small market team that won a championship. And I saw Karl Malone try for all of those years. I saw Stockton try for all those years. Reggie try for all those years. And so I really wanted to be one of the first to kind of bring that back to the city. So my agent, my shoe company, no one could have said anything to take me away from that. That was a personal mission that I want, and I knew what I was dealing with at that time. But I think for other guys it's different. Some guys, want more commercials. They like to be in a bigger market. Some guys don't want that, and they're happy staying under the radar like a Tim Duncan as long as he's winning. So I think for every guy is different, and I really believe that you have to make that decision for yourself and your family first, because if you do that, then the fans wherever you go will be much happier because you want to be there. You're not just buying time there.
Setting the floor for the Hornets, Batum and Kid Gilchrist, the rangy wings. Kaminsky out there with Cody Zeller. And it's Walker in at the 1 spot.
And the long legs of Batum, that's what allows him to leak out so quickly in transition. He runs the floor like a Jaguar.
About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Takes it from 10. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Zeller's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Walker. No good on the 3.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Gibson for 3. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Hornets trail by 19. Over in the corner, Batum from deep. Again, Batum missing. For Minnesota, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Here's Gibson. He kicks it to Wiggins. And Teague has it in the corner. They get the rebound. Towns dishes to Gibson. Batum brings the double team. Gibson passes to Crawford. A beautiful reverse layup. And the Timberwolves lead by 21.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
There's a good screen. Crawford against Batum. That's a 2-pointer from Walker. Here's Zeller. Towns with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. Gibson the screen. Now Wiggins feeds it to Towns. 5 on the clock. Crawford with the ball. And Batum picks him up defensively. Back to Gibson. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Chris, traditionally, we've had the standard 1 through 5 spots on an NBA team, but it seems more and more GMs and coaches are going away from labeling a player to one of those spots, like positionless basketball. Are we going to see more of that? Is it going to work its way around to another level? How do you view that?
Well, I just think that the game is evolving, and I think right now you have to have a certain skill set to play, and that means you have to be able to dribble, pass, shoot, and defend. If you think about it, we had players that could just defend, couldn't dribble or throw a ball in the ocean. Well, that really can't work.
Now, you don't want to forget about the athleticism of Butler. Just a sick slammer of the basketball. You can't allow him to get to that launching pad.
Outside, Walker. Here's Howard. Got a piece of it. Butler with the steal. Towns with it. Outside, Butler. Towns is doubled. Right side, Gibson to the paint. Here's Wiggins. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Howard kicks to Bosch. Now here's Lamb. He's guarded closely. Looking to end the drought. And the rejection by Towns. To the middle. Here's Butler. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Howard against Towns. Bosch, the screen. Here's Lamb. Lets it go from deep. And Bosch gets it to go on the assist from Jeremy Lamb. And that's 12 points for Chris Bosch.
I just love how Bosch has worked in the three-point shot, stretching the floor with his perimeter game.
Wiggins outside. Pass to Towns. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Cole Aldrich is checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Gorgie Dang comes in for Taj Gibson. Bielitsa is checked in for Andrew Wiggins. And Tyus Jones subbed in for T.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Carter Williams dishes to Stone. He feeds it to Williams. Charlotte moving it around. Screen by Howard. Stone passes to Howard. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Carter Williams against Jones. And Zhang kicks to Bielitsa. Drops in the layup for 2.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Carter Williams, the pass to Bacon. Unloads from 13. And he knocks down the jumper.
Okay, that's enough for play. That shows passion converting inside.
Now here's Jones. There's the pass to Bielitsa. Butler kicks to Aldrich. Dishes to Jones. Shoots over Carter Williams. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Pass to Bacon. Back to Carter Williams. Screen by Howard. A floater, and it's finished off by Carter Williams as he lays it in.
Great extension on the floater. Carter Williams making sure no defender could block that one.
To the right side. Bielitsa passes to Zhang, and finished off by Zhang.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Hornets have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. There's a screen by Williams. Out to the wing. Here's Stone. Shoots from the high post, and Charlotte again with the bucket. And Minnesota has possession. And here's Jones. Jang, a screen. Here's Bielitz. Here's Aldrich. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Great D that time from Howard. Now Carter Williams. Here's Stone. Kicks it to Williams. Over Jang. 6 to shoot. Jimmy Butler with the rebound. Minnesota's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it. 9 times they've missed. Back to Aldridge. To the inside. Butler dishes to Jang. Off the mark. Only his second miss in 7 attempts. It's interesting to see the impact of technology on the game, too. I heard LeBron James. A lot of players now review footage on a tablet when they check out their play.
Well, yeah, you know, back in the older days, a lot of us went to the locker room and you would go in the room and watch it on video. So it's the same type premise. It's just that, you know, technology is better today. I mean, every guy wants to do it. You want to know what you're doing well, what you're doing wrong. You're all a coach on the floor. You're the quarterback, and LeBron especially is the quarterback of his offense. So it doesn't surprise me before that he's studying tape.
Here's Howard. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
I've got to appreciate the scoring ability of Howard, a hulk of a player who knows how to get into a comfort zone.
Here's Aldrich. Excellent D from Howard.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
Pass to Bacon. Williams gets to Carter Williams. Out to the right wing. Charlotte needs to get a shot off. The 3. No good. Shot missing.
A defender nowhere near him, and he still can't hit it. He wants that one back.
Jones against Carter Williams. Pass to Bielitz. Right wing. 5 on the clock. Aldrich, no good. Charlotte's gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Minnesota.
And one area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
I think it sparked their offense. It deflates the opposition, and when you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's pretty hard to overcome that defensive pressure down the stretch.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Jimmy Butler.
Well, he was the agitator, bothering everybody with his defense, coming up with steals. I mean, making sure they were never able to get comfortable as long as he was out on the floor.
Jones for 3. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. There's 49 seconds left in the game. There's the dish to Williams. The 3. The shot misses. The Timberwolves go the other way with it. Crawford kicks to Bielitz. The feed to Jang. Bangs home the trifecta.
And giving the fans what they came to see, a spirited performance.
Yeah, with a double-digit lead at this point, they could pretty much mark this one up in the win column.
Williams, a screen on Crawford. Here's Stone, guarded by Crawford. And the basket by Stone.
Oh, just a solid screen to free him up. Makes the layup possible.
Minnesota with the ball. And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
Jones with it. He dishes it to Muhammad. Fires the 3. So it's Minnesota winning this one easily. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony.